Oh, hello everyone. So I'm kind of stuck right now, so I figured I'd make a video real quick. I'm going through and getting all the tile organized, making piles, getting it online. This is all the miscellaneous stuff. I'm gonna list it all for one money just to see if somebody wants it. If it don't sell, I'm gonna chunk it real quick. So I went to the doctor's, and that kind of pissed me off, to be honest with you. I'm gonna sit down here, so we're gonna sit down and just kind of rock our troubles away. Let me turn around here. Okay, so I went to the doctor's, and they had 3 days of heart monitor information plus the 3 days that I was in the emergency room. They had all that information. So they was like, yep, we see a problem. And I'm like, okay, what is it? They're like, we don't know yet. I was like, okay, well, how do we find out? Well, they said, well, your heart's not bad enough to do more tests. You know, they're like, there's things we can do, but it's not bad enough to do it. And it's not bad enough to give you any kind of medication. So I said, so am I supposed to just wait until it gets bad? You know, and they're like, well, we don't know if it's going to get worse. We don't know if it's going to get better. We just don't know. And I said, was it food related? And he says, no, it's electrical related. And I was like, well, because when I eat this bread, and I brought in the bread, the Arnold bread I was talking about. And I says, when I eat this bread, it does get worse. So he looked at the ingredients. He's like, I don't see anything that would affect your heart. You know, and there's poppy seeds, chia seeds. You know, there's other things in there. And there, you know. So anyways, they're just kind of throwing their hands up and say, come back in 6 months and let's see if it gets any worse. You know, I'm at a point now where I'm so fed up with just everything. I mean, every single thing in my life, I'm done and over with. So in 5 days, I think next Monday, I'm supposed to go see my primary. And I have to ask permission now with, hold on. So I have to ask permission to be seen by other doctors with my insurance. You know, it's the only one I can afford. So anyways, it's, so I'm in, I think next Monday or Tuesday, 5 days, whatever it is, I'm going to go and see my primary, and I'm going to say, okay, let's do a full workup, you know, and find out my electrolytes in my blood and everything. Let's just do everything. You know, I'm 50 years old. Let's do a 50-year checkup, you know. So, and I do remember electrical signals being messed up between my head and my right arm because my hand tingles. So there's probably nerve damage. So now I'm wondering if the nerve damage is affecting my heart. So I'm gonna go down that path and just see what's going on. But yeah, it's basically it pisses me off because I spend $1,600 after the insurance pays for everything. Okay, so this is, the bill was like $180,000 and I had to pay $1,600. So I mean, I can't bitch too much, you know, but I had to pay $1,600. Did I say 16,000? $1,600. It's $180-something thousand was the total bill, and I had to pay $1,600. But still, $1,600 out of a broke man's wallet is pretty intense. So, anyways, the fact that all this stuff, and they're like, yep, you got a problem. We don't know what it is. We don't know how to fix it, and it's not bad enough for us to investigate more. That's, in a nutshell, that's what they told me. So I don't think that's an appropriate response for the American healthcare system. Just, you know. But anyways, on to the next thing now. So I'm going through and getting everything, like all these here on this pallet, the 5 piles is all 5 listings on Marketplace, and I'm going through and listing everything. And then I got the pallets. I'm just going to put a couple of pallets over here and just, you know, get it out of the way. And then I'm going through all the boxes. I do think for the next month or so, I'm going to quit doing the garage sales. Maybe not entirely, but I'm not even thinking about the garage sale right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make piles on these tables, take a picture. I'm going to put them online for the whole entire table, you know, like everything on the table. And then I'm going to just put them in a box and put them up on the shelves over here and sell them that way. So I would say percentage wise, between garage sale and marketplace is probably about 75-25. 75% of the stuff I sell is on marketplace, 25% at the garage sale. So I think what I'm going to do is concentrate on just making groups and bundles, getting it all sold, and then whenever, you know, I have time, I'll go out to the flea market and sell on a Wednesday or something like that. Like all this little stuff here, you know, all the high dollar stuff I'm going to put on marketplace. It just seems to sell a lot better there. So, and I can advertise and kind of control how things go versus having a bunch of people who either don't speak English or, you know, pull up on a bike and it look like they just came out of a ditch, come in here and, you know, possibly steal things or do something stupid. So that part of garage sale is very, I don't like it. You know, I don't like people coming in here and being very shady and sneaky, and, you know, for right now, I think I'm going to pause on the garage sale and do the marketplace for a while, because I'm selling a lot of stuff on marketplace. So far, in fact, I made a video, I never uploaded it, but on the last video I was mentioning how people were messaging me. I ended up selling all the RC cars for $250 that same night. I mean, it went quick. And then I had a bundle of tile I sold for $600, so I'm at $850 out of the $5 locker so far. So, and I'm still going through tile. I still have one more truckload I got to bring here, but the reason I'm stuck is I'm waiting on a truck delivery, which supposedly one of the doors is missing on the. This is a very negative video, and I don't mean it to be. I'm just giving you my life story. So, but one of the doors is missing on the truck delivery, so I'm still waiting for the half of a delivery now. And I got to go get the other truck that has the rest of the tile to finish up these groups. So I'm kind of just stuck here right now waiting on the truck delivery. So, but I'm going to keep posting. Like, I'm going to get all the pictures and stuff like that and start posting them, and I'm going to stack them in a little pile, and, you know, I'm going to do some things to kind of clean things up around here and just get it back under control. But by doing the bundles and selling it that way versus trying to set everything up and have it out for, you know, like decorations, then, you know, a lot of this stuff I can say, hey, here's a whole bunch of plates, you know, collectible plates, give me this much for all of it, and I'm going to pack them all up in a box. If no one buys it, then I take it out to the flea market and sell it, and I'll make more money at the flea market selling them individually, maybe, but, you know, at least I'll have everything grouped and it being sold to a there's probably more people that look on marketplace than actually show up at garage sales. So anyways, that's the plan right now, and I think that's going to be the best way to do it. I still should be out of one unit once I get this tile under control and I get that little pile back there, which is not a lot of stuff. I just got to get it once the tile's under control and I get that one little, well, there's 2 tables back there and 1 rack of clothes. Once I get that straightened up, then I can bring in a whole nother storage unit and start working on that one. So I'll definitely be out of 1 storage unit this month. I still think I might be able to get the other one done, but it really depends. It depends on that box, believe it or not. So I have this one trailer that I got to take that peel and seal and tape up some things to make sure it doesn't leak. And then somewhere around here I got a little one of them bug bomb things. I'm gonna bomb it. And then I got a whole entire storage unit that's going to go in that one trailer. But I got to tape it up and do the bug bomb before I put stuff in there. So, but anyways, thank you very much for watching. Do the like, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff if you so inclined. Yeah, it's kind of a weird, moment, especially after the doctors and everything else. Really don't know what else to say. You know, I mean, I'm a little pissed off, but I'm not sad. I'm not depressed, because whatever happens in my life is going to happen. I have no control over it. So I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to organize everything, and, you know, as I get it organized, I'm going to try to sell it. And so, yeah, peace, love, money. I'm out.